All right, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourselves?
Dave Ross, I'm 38 years old. I've been in recovery since 6/24/06 is my sobriety date, which ended a 23, 24 year drinking career. Hand over to Clint.
My name's Clint Richards. I'm 27. I'm a equal opportunity drug user. I've been sober now for a year and a half, but I've been attempting recovery for 14 and a half years, and finally have a little bit of time under my belt.
So, needless to say, you guys both led a pretty hard lifestyle. Where did this all start? Where did it all begin for you?
Well, I wouldn't really say that it was a hard lifestyle. I would just say it was the only normal lifestyle that I knew, and it was I mean, I see it now and I look back at like all the shit that I went through growing up as a child, and I'm like, what the fuck, like what the fuck was my dad thinking, because when I was 12 years old, my dad he introduced me to methamphetamines and cocaine, and it was just accepted. It was like, okay, you know what I mean, like, that's okay to do that. It's okay to live this way. It's okay to get loaded. And I went through just, doing everything. Like I said, equal opportunity. I didn't turn anything down. If you were getting fucked up, then we were getting fucked up. And if I was getting fucked up, like, if you don't want to, like, you're gonna get fucked up because that's what we're doing. And it was just a way of life. School was a joke. Didn't do school. Fuck school. You went to school to get dope. You went to the cop, or else if you were a cop, you wanted to go sell. And so that's how we rolled. That's what we did. Me and my buddies, we robbed people. We got loaded. We just got fucked up. And I was 17 years old when I really started getting into meth, and it was just kind of I didn't really have anybody in my life that gave a shit about me, so I started smoking dope, and I started intravenously using methamphetamines at the age of 18, and within 4 months of my first IV use, I was sitting in prison, and because I just said, fuck it, this is all right, this is what I want to do. I did one shot, and then I was fucking put the pipe down, and I was like, now I got something to live for. I'm just going to get fucked up and I'm going to die. And I mean, I was to a point where I was robbing everybody. Everybody. I mean, I was fucked up. I would shoot some dope and I would walk into people's houses. I didn't even know who they were. It was just middle of the night. And I'd be so fucked up, I'd go to their fucking house and start looking for something to sell. And just take off. Fucking load a TV in my trunk and split. That's just how I rolled. And I never got caught for a lot of that shit. Never got caught. So I probably have some amends to make there. So, that was age 18, sitting in prison. And I got a 2-year sentence. And, when I was in prison, I never once considered, like, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should change my way of life. I was thinking more like, this is a place, a penitentiary full of convicts like me that, these are connections. These are people I can run with. I can roll with these guys. These guys are hardcore. I'll probably sit in prison the rest of my life. But it's okay because they like me. I'm accepted, And that was just kind of that was my upbringing. When most people were getting out of high school, I was getting out of prison. And when most people were going to college, I was learning how to cook dope. That's just that's the norm. That was my upbringing. That's where I came from.
Now, when you first went to prison, you said that prison was a comfortable place for you because you were accepted there. What was it like going to jail for the first time?
Well, I was fucking terrified. I'm not gonna lie, I was terrified. I mean, I grew up on the mean streets of Sedona, Arizona. And if you've been to Sedona, Arizona, they're not very mean streets. You know what I mean? It's pretty much it's a pussy town. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And but I would see these guys when I was out there doing dope that they had just gotten out of prison, and I'm like, these guys have empowerment. These guys are authority figures. I look up to them. And I want to be like them, tatted out, big, have an attitude, asshole, people respect them. And I was like, you know what? I want to be that. That image, that's what I want. And so, I mean, the judge asked me, he said, I can give you another term of probation or I can send you to prison. And I said, send me to prison. I chose that because, it was just, I was terrified to go. But I knew that when I got out, that people were going to fucking want to suck my dick for my approval, and that's how I went. That's how it rolled. And I got to prison and, I found out that it really just sucks. And all that shit you hear is bullshit. It's all fake. All these war stories that you hear about prison, some of it's true, but most of it's fucking lame. It's not true. It's just people trying to, get your approval. So they're fucking lying too. And I experienced all that shit.
What about you? When did you start?
For me, and drugs are part of my story, by Clint being an alcoholic, there wasn't a drug that I couldn't do and walk away from as long as I had a bottle in my hand. For me, it started at 13, was when I got really hammered for the first time. And from there it progressed from the weekends to like a nightly thing pretty quick. All my friends were a lot older than I was. I was 13 at the time, and all my friends were like 19, 20, 21. So alcohol was very accessible to me, and it worked for quite a long period of time in my youth, and then it stopped working, and that would be evidenced by trouble with the law. I got a hit and run, leaving the scene of the accident with injuries when I was in 11th grade, and it just it spun out of control pretty quick.
When was the first time you had served any jail time?
First time I served jail time was for an extreme DUI. That was in 2004. When they breathalyzed me. I was a .289, something like that, and did 11 days for that. Of course, you get everything that goes along with that, which, you know, the breathalyzer on the car, restrictions on your license, all that kind of stuff.
How old were you when you first went to jail?
When I first went to jail, I was in my 30s. It was 2004. That would have been 34.